Welcome everyone to another video today. My name's Nicholas or Nick Greer. It doesn't matter to me, so let's get into it. And today I'm going to be talking about female characters that deserve their own movie. Like I mentioned before, Captain Marvel in the MCU is the best female solo movie in the MCU right now until Black Widow comes out. On the DC side, Wonder Woman, obviously, that's a fantastic movie. Wonder Woman 84 was pretty average, but I don't consider it to be the worst Marvel movie. Wait, what? Marvel? DC, I mean. So let's get into it. And the first character that I'm going to be talking about is Catwoman. We already know what happened to that Catwoman movie, so I'm not going to discuss it. What they could do in the I would like to see a rebooted version of Catwoman. They could so what they could do in that movie is they could dive into her backstory, talk about why she's switching sides, becoming villain and a hero. You could probably do that, or you could have like Catwoman taking on a villain like Poison Ivy, Talia al Ghul. You could probably have that in there. So yeah, not much to discuss about the Catwoman movie. In my opinion, I think the movie should be like, obviously you have to have the movie take place in Gotham, and you can have Bruce Wayne as like an Easter egg, or what he could be in the movie, but not as Batman or before Batman. So you could have him in the movie. So let's move on to the next one. And another one is I would like to say Elytra, but I'm not sure about Elytra. I know there was a Elytra movie back in 2005, played by the legendary Jennifer Garner, but we already know what happened to that movie. So I'm not sure I'm not sure if Elytra deserves her own movie again, but I don't think she's been that popular since. I don't think she's really all that popular, really. But I think that she deserves her own movie. Y'all probably won't agree with me because y'all probably won't agree with me anyway, but I think that she deserves her own movie or show. I honestly think that she deserves her own show more than a movie. So what they could do up in the Elytra movie, they could have like Lady Bullseye in that movie, or they could dive into Elytra's backstory. Same thing about pretty much the same recipe for the Catwoman movie I mentioned a few seconds ago. So you could probably do that. So yeah. On the DC side of things, I would say Vixen. I know that Vixen has appeared in a lot of media, but she just didn't. But I think that she deserves her own movie. I think so. My bad. I was popping my fingers. I'm so like addicted to that. My bad. So what they could do in the Vixen movie, they could, just like the mini series. Yeah, if you ever watched the mini series on the CW, you'll know that she had her own villains and stuff. I know Vixen's rogues gallery is not that huge at all, so they go probably have in some few villains in there. I know I did a video on one of her villains. I'm gonna probably remake that video pretty soon. I'm gonna also do some of her villains as well in the future, but sorry if I get off topic, but I will probably say you could have some of her villains in that movie. And I think for like the actress, I think the actress should be a lot more darker, not like lighter, in my opinion. And so in my opinion, I think the actress should be a lot more darker, like dark skin. Like in my opinion, like just like the comics. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Vixen in the Arrowverse. The actress who played Vixen, which is Marie Sellers Richardson. Hopefully that's right. There's nothing wrong with the casting of Vixen. I just honestly prefer the actress to be more melanized, more like darker. So that's why I'll say that, really. And honestly, for the actress, I'm thinking about that girl from the Coming to America, second sequel, the second sequel to Coming to America. That girl in that movie, the dark skinned girl in that movie. I think that she'll do a good job as Vixen. Maybe I'm not good with picking actors and actresses to portray a character from a comic book. So I'll probably say her. If you get any good actresses, comment down below. Yeah, comment down below. For yeah. So that's pretty much it for the Vixen side. Now I'm going to be moving on to the next one. So the next female character that I have in my head right now is Poison Ivy. We already know what happened to Poison Ivy in that Batman and Robin movie. We already know what happened to her. And not too long ago, I just found out that the actress who played Poison Ivy actually played. I don't remember her name. She was in Kill Bill also. For those who didn't know. So I just wanted to bring that up. So what they could do in the Poison Ivy movie is probably the same recipe for that Catwoman movie that I mentioned before. They could focus on her backstory, she became Poison Ivy in the first place. And she's more of I think she's more of an anti-villain, like always, like she was. And not much to say about the Poison Ivy movie. You could just do her backstory, really. I don't think she would be the villain of her own movie, if that makes any sense. So moving on to my next one. Now going back to the Marvel side, the next Marvel female character that I have on my mind is Emma Frost. I know she was a villain in the past, but she ended up becoming a hero, becoming a superhero. She joined the X-Men, all this stuff. You'll probably have her as dive into her backstory. Then she ended up becoming a villain in the first half of the movie. Then later on, she ended up becoming the hero. She ended up switching sides. She ended up becoming a member of the X-Men. So you could probably do that. I don't think she needs her own villain, really. I don't think she could have her own solo movie and she taking on Mr. Sinister or Madeline Pryor or any other X-Men villains. So I think you just have to just focus on her backstory, like I mentioned before. So moving on to my next one. So still on the Marvel side, another female character is probably Mystique. I think you probably, for the actress, I think Jennifer Lawrence, she'll be still Mystique in that movie. So you could really just dive into her backstory. You could have Nightcrawler as a baby, and I don't remember that lady's name. I know she had a relationship with this lady. I don't remember her name. You could definitely have her in the movie because Mystique is like over 100 years old. You could have her in the movie. How she joined, I think she joined like the Brotherhood of Mutants, Brotherhood of Mutants, something like that. I think I don't really remember. So why she worked with Magneto, why she like being being a whole baddie and stuff. And I think Mystique has like a bunch of kids. I think there are from alternate universes. I think I don't really remember, but I do know Nightcrawler, aka Kurt Ragnar, is Mystique's son. So you could you could have Azazel in there in that movie, and you could continue on and on with her stories and stuff. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Still remain on the Marvel side. For the next, I think I would just introduce two characters. One is Gwenpool and one is Squirrel Girl. I, I much prefer if they were more animated because it kind of like it makes sense really, because both of those characters are like family friendly characters, not like Deadpool, Punisher, something like that. I don't really think a live action movie would work in my opinion. I think Gwenpool and Squirrel Girl, not in the same movie, like have their own separate movies. I don't know who the villain will be, but you could, if any villain from their comics, you could have them in there. So you could have Squirrel Girl have her own animated movie, even though I don't really think people. I think there's some people that might watch it, and there's some people who don't. You can have Gwenpool have her own animated movie, and it's like more animated, targeted to like kids or young girls. I honestly think it'd be much better if they like release it in like theaters or something. I'm not sure about I'm not sure if how that's gonna like play out really. I don't like. I know Marvel hasn't done any animated movies in a while, and I think if Marvel ever started going, if Marvel ever decided to go back making animated movies, I think Gwenpool and Squirrel Girl might be great choices in my opinion. Now going back to the DC side, for the next female character, I'll probably say Raven. For a Raven movie, I think it would be more of a horror movie-ish, more of a thriller maybe, because I think it works well with Raven. You could obviously have Trigon in that movie. Raven could be like battling Trigon because Trigon is a powerful demon. He's right. That's Raven's father, and Trigon keep constantly, over and over again, keep trying to persuade her to join him and destroy civilizations and stuff. And Raven ain't with all that, and you could like have her try to take on her father. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if Raven even deserves her own solo movie, but I personally think so. You got the villain, you got the Raven, you have Trigon. Like in the beginning of the movie, we already know how Trigon got Raven's mother pregnant, and boom, turns out like let me backtrack right quick. So I think Trigon was like he turned himself as like a human being. I think a human god or whatever. I don't really remember. He became like this human being. He was disguised as a human, and he he ended up sleeping with a woman named, I don't remember Raven's name, Raven's mother's name, but he had got her pregnant. I don't remember how that relationship started, but you could definitely add that in that movie. Now, going now for my next one, it will be Starfire, and I think it's pretty simple. You could just have Blackfire in that movie. Makes sense. I think the movie should probably have like a moral. Never mind. Scratch that. Scratch whatever I said. So yeah, you could pretty much just have Starfire and Blackfire in that movie. How Starfire trying to stop her sister, Blackfire for ruling Tamaran. I think that's what I think that's pretty much Blackfire's character. If you know who Blackfire is, that's Starfire's sister. If you ever watched Teen Titans, you will know who that character is and how you know how Starfire and Blackfire have beef. So you could definitely add that element into that movie. And my next DC character will be Katana. Now, I honestly not certain about a solo Katana movie. I honestly think it would be very cool if she had her own movie. The movie has to be rated R because I just think it fits the character. She could be cutting heads off, cutting people's arms and limbs off, kind of like a Kill Bill style movie. Definitely have Katana in that movie, how she get the sword, where the sword come from. You could also have Lady Shiva, because when it wasn't that long ago, but I had searched up Katana battling Lady Shiva, and I think it will be a very cool thing to add in the Katana movie, even though it won't ever happen. I'm just pitching my ideas, but I would think it would be very cool to see Katana in action in the movie. And honestly, the actress who played Katana in Suicide Squad wasn't that bad. I wish we could have more Katana in that movie, have more backstory to all the characters in Suicide, more character development in Suicide Squad, if that makes any sense. Hopefully I know what I'm talking about. And I think that's pretty much it for all of my ideas for female comic book movies. I honestly don't want Captain Marvel and Black Widow and Wonder Woman to be the only female characters to have own movie and stuff. I know that my ideas will never come to life, but these are just ideas that I had stored up for a while, and I wanted to share out my ideas. You don't have to agree with me. I'm totally fine with that. I know my explanations was terrible, but if you got any better suggestions, comment down below, and y'all ideas are probably way better than mine. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you subscribe is optional. Subscribe if you want to see more, and hit that bell for more videos like this. See ya.